Hello students and welcome to Easy English. I have an Amazon video for you today if I do say so myself. I am going to teach you all present tenses. You will walk away from this lesson with a much better understanding of English grammar. Present tense types. Present simple, I eat chocolate. Present continuous, I am eating chocolate. Present perfect, I have eaten chocolate. Present perfect continuous, I have been eating chocolate. The first tense that you learn in English is usually the present simple, and that is for good reason. It is actually the tense that native speakers use in around 50% of their written and spoken communication. We do use the other present tenses quite often too, so they are all really important. The present simple. I work on Tuesday. This is used to talk about general statements, habits, and facts. The present continuous. I am working now. This is used to talk about actions that are happening right now. The present perfect. I have worked at the pub. We use this to talk about past events or past actions that have present consequences. And the present perfect continues. I have been working for 3 hours today. This is used to talk about an action. Okay, the structure of the present simple. Like its name, it is fairly simple. We have the subject plus the base form of a verb. Subject plus the base form of the verb. Except form in the third person singular, and this always catches most students out when they are relatively new to learning English in the third person singular. We add an S. So for I, you, we, and they, it is I work, we eat, they play, you do, but the he, she, and it. It is she works, he cleans, it smells. Another exception is be. The verb to be has its own forms in the present simple. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, they are. As I said before, we use the present simple to talk about general statements, facts, and habits. We also use it to talk about schedule, event like plan and train times. We also use it to talk about schedule events like plan and train times. Here are some examples. I am a woman. My name is Masha. This is a general statement or fact. Mary meets her friends on Friday evenings. That is a habit. The train to London leaves at 8 p.m. The train to Colombo leaves at 8 p.m. That is a scheduled event in the future. Okay, I hope all of that is clear. Right, let's move on to the present continuous. We use the present continuous to talk about things that are happening at the moment of speaking, but be careful. In general, there is an exception. We can't use state verbs, words like hate, love, want, for example. There is an exception there, and I will mention it. It is to do with sang. The structure of the present continuous is subject plus be plus verb ing. Subject plus be plus verb ing. Here are some examples. I am teaching English. They are baking cookies. We can also use this tense to talk about things that we think are temporary. Compare these two sentences. James lives in Colombo. James is living in Colombo. The first sentence, I use the present simple because I think his state is more or less permanent. But in the second sentence, I use the present continuous because I think his situation might be temporary. He is living in Colombo now, but I don't know what might happen in a few weeks or a month. Perhaps he is studying there or he is working there for a short time. Now you will hear native speakers use state verbs in the present continuous in this form or to show this meaning. Oh no, I am hating that song right now. It means it is a temporary state. Some reason right now I don't enjoy that song temporarily. So when you hear teachers say, never use a state verb in the present continuous, take that with a pinch of salt. We also use the present continuous to talk about arrangements. This means that we are planning to do something in the future and it involves another person or business. Let me show you an example. I am having my hair cut on Tuesday. Sarah is meeting her parents tomorrow. They are plans, but they depend on someone else. Let's take a look at some examples. Kate is studying business. Temporary situation happening now. We are meeting our friend next Friday. Arrangement involving someone else. We are driving home. We are doing this right now in the moment. It is snowing, for example. The structure of the present perfect is subject plus has or have plus the past participle. Subject plus have, has plus past participle. There are three main ways that we use the present perfect in English. The first is to talk about things that started in the past and continue to the present. It is very important to remember that they are unfinished actions. When we talk about these events or states, We often mention how long they have been going on for or when they started. For example, I have lived in the UK all my life, or she has been at university since 2020. William and I have been married for 3 months. The second way that we use the present perfect is to talk about our experiences up to the present. When we do this, we don't talk about exactly when something happened. We are just generally telling somebody about our life experiences. For example, she has been to Canada 3 times. We have met the Queen. I have read all the Harry Potter books. Finally, we also use the present perfect to talk about past events and actions that have consequences in the present. For example, I have eaten breakfast, so I am not hungry. Or Mike has lost his keys, so he is going to be late from work. Okay, let's move on to the last of the presents. Let's move on to the last of the presents. The present perfect continues. I have just released. I looked like a present and I am talking about the present tenses. Now we use the present perfect continuous to talk about something that is started in the past and continues to the present, and that might sound very similar to the present perfect, but there are a few key differences. One big difference is the structure. We use the structure subject plus have, has plus been plus verb ing. Subject plus have, has plus been plus verb ing. I have been eating chocolate. As we discussed before, now with the present perfect continuous. We often use it to talk about things that we have been doing uninterrupted that haven't finished. We use this tense to emphasize how long something has been happening. For example, I have been watching that TV show for weeks. I am emphasizing how long I have been watching the TV show. Or Alan has been replying to emails for 2 hours already. We use it to talk about things that have been done recently or lately. For example, look, it is been snowing, or I have been practicing my football skills a lot recently. Remember, we generally don't use the present perfect continuous to talk about status. You wouldn't say, I have been belonging to a band for a long time. You would say, I have belonged to a band for a long time. Some more examples. They have been trying to call you all day, or she hasn't been feeling well lately. Okay, we made it to the present tenses. Right, that is it for today's lesson. I will see you for another lesson. See you, goodbye, love you.